Could a simple penny from 1961, yes, a 1-cent coin, be worth nearly $1 million today? You might want to check your pocket change, because one specific 1961 Lincoln cent has stunned collectors and sold for an eye-popping $996,000 at auction. That's right, one red copper penny, nearly $1 million. Welcome back to where we turn small coins into big stories. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss a rare treasure hiding in plain sight. Let's start with the basics. The 1961 Lincoln cent was minted in Denver, hence the D mint mark under the date. Over 1.75 billion of these were struck, which makes it seem like a very common coin. But here's the twist: just because a coin is common doesn't mean all versions of it are. Certain errors, rare conditions, and unique variations can make these coins exponentially more valuable. So what makes one 1961 penny worth $996,000? It comes down to a perfect storm of rarity, condition, and market timing. This particular coin was graded MS67 Plus RD by PCGS. That's Mint State 67 Plus, red designation. The highest grade known for this issue. Out of billions minted, only a tiny handful have survived in such flawless, untouched, original red copper luster. It's like finding a brand new muscle car sealed in a garage since 1961. And when something is that rare, and demand is high from elite collectors, the price can skyrocket. Besides pristine condition, there are other things to watch for on a 1961 penny. Some of the most valuable include: check for doubling in the words Liberty or the date. These era coins are extremely collectible. Some Denver Mint coins show multiple Ds slightly offset, an error from the minting process. RPM varieties can fetch $50 to $200 plus depending on grade. If the design is noticeably shifted off the center, and especially if the date is visible, these errors can sell for $100 to $500 or more. Want to know if your penny could be worth a fortune? Here's what to do. 1961 under the date, good start. Full red color with no scratches or fingerprints. You might be onto something. Search for doubling or a repunched mint mark. These can be hard to spot with the naked eye. Should be about 3.11 grams if it's copper. If it's way off, it might be a striking error. Use reputable services like PCGS or NGC. Grading adds credibility and can unlock top dollar at auction. Most 1961 pennies are still worth face value, 1 cent. But here's what the market actually pays for the rarer types. And remember, condition is everything. Even a tiny fingerprint or spot can drop the value by thousands. So, could your pocket change hold a near $1 million surprise? If you have a 1961 penny, give it a second look. You might be sitting on a coin worth far more than you ever imagined. Have you ever found a valuable penny? Tell us in the comments below. We love hearing your coin stories. Smash that like button if you learned something new today, subscribe for more hidden coin treasures, and share this with a friend who might be throwing away gold in copper form. 1964 Lincoln cent has taken the coin world by storm, and some rare variations are fetching staggering prices in the collector market. In this video, I'm breaking down everything you need to know about this coin, and how to tell if you're sitting on a potential gold mine. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and stick around till the end, because I'll show you exactly what makes some of these pennies worth a fortune. Let's rewind the clock to 1964. America was in the middle of the Cold War, the Beatles had just landed in the US, and the US Mint was producing billions of Lincoln cents. In fact, over 3.7 billion 1964 pennies were minted between the Philadelphia and Denver mints. The D stands for Denver, where over 3.1 billion of these coins were struck. So, if billions were made, how could one be worth nearly $700,000? Great question. The answer lies in the details: mint errors, condition, and specific varieties. In the coin world, value is determined by rarity, demand, and condition. For the 1964 penny, there are a few key factors that make a handful of them extremely rare and extremely valuable. A normal, circulated 1964 penny might be worth just 2 to 5 cents. But if you find one with a strong double die of verse, DDO, that's a doubling of Lincoln's profile or the lettering, or a coin that's in mint state, MS-67 or better, that's when the real money comes in. So where did the $696,000 figure come from? This comes from listings and auction hype around high-grade or rare era 1964 cents that sparked collector frenzy. While the exact coin that sold for $696,000 is debated, legendary errors or top pop-graded coins in pristine red condition have been estimated or listed at these prices by dealers or in promotional materials. Some dealers have even placed value estimates on unique error coins that could theoretically reach that level if a perfect storm of rarity and collector demand occurred. Here's what to look for on your own 1964 penny. Grab a magnifying glass and check for, if you suspect you have something special, get it graded. Use services like PCGS or NGC. Certified grading is a must if you're serious about selling. Now, let's be realistic. Most 1964 pennies are common. Here's a breakdown. So yes, while the average one isn't rare, the right coin could absolutely be worth thousands, maybe more. Coins like this remind us why collecting is so fascinating. A penny saved might literally be a penny earned, or hundreds of thousands if you're lucky. If you found this video helpful, smash that like button, drop a comment with the oldest penny in your collection, and subscribe for more coin tips, stories, and hidden treasures. 1982 Lincoln Penny. Today, we're diving into the story of a coin that sold for $676,000, why it's so special, and how you might have one in your collection without even knowing it. Let's rewind to 1982. That year was a turning point for the U.S. Mint. Due to rising copper prices, the Mint decided to switch the composition of pennies from 95% copper to 97.5% zinc with a thin copper coating. This wasn't an overnight change. The Mint produced both copper and zinc pennies that year, and even used two different fonts for the date, known as large date and small date varieties. All this led to 7 different types of 1982 pennies. But one stands out among them all, the 1982 D copper penny. Here's the twist: pennies minted in Denver, that's what the D stands for, were only supposed to be made with the new zinc composition. But somehow, at least one slipped through the cracks and was struck in the old copper alloy. That error created what collectors call a transition coin. And in the world of numismatics, a legitimate transition error is a big deal. That's how this coin became one of the most valuable pennies in U.S. history. In 2019, a verified 1982 D copper penny went to auction. Certified by PCGS, the professional coin grading service, as being authentic, it sold for a jaw-dropping $204,000. But that was just the beginning. A private collector later valued the coin as high as $676,000 based on rarity, condition, and historical significance. So yes, a single penny, worth more than a Lamborghini. So, how do you know if you've got a rare 1982 D copper penny? First, look for the D mint mark under the date. That tells you it was made in Denver. Next, you need to determine if it's made of copper or zinc. Here's how. The only way to be sure is to weigh the coin with a digital scale accurate to 0.01 grams. And remember, just having a 1982 D penny doesn't mean you've struck gold. It must be the rare copper composition. Be careful, many people think they've found this coin, but it's extremely rare. Only a couple have ever been confirmed. If your penny looks unusual, don't clean it or alter it. Instead, send it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. They can verify whether it's the real deal, and that's your ticket to big money. So, what makes a coin like this worth hundreds of thousands? It comes down to the 1982 D copper penny checks all those boxes. It's a fluke, a minting error, and a piece of history all rolled into one tiny coin. Want to boost your chances of finding valuable coins? Start by checking your pocket change, buying a digital scale, going through old coin jars and inherited collections, learning about mint errors and variations, and most importantly, don't overlook the little guys. Even a penny could be your next big payday. That's the magic of coin collecting. You never know what treasure might be hiding in plain sight. If you learned something today, give this video a thumbs up, subscribe for more coin tips, and drop a comment if you've ever found something rare. 1988 Lincoln cent, with no mint mark, recently made headlines for being valued at a jaw-dropping $876,000. Sounds unbelievable, right? Well, there's a fascinating reason behind this. In today's video, we're going to break down what makes this coin so rare, how to identify it, and why collectors are willing to pay a fortune for it. So grab your penny jar, because you might be sitting on a gold mine. The 1988 Lincoln cent belongs to the Memorial Reverse series, minted from 1959 to 2008. Most 1988 pennies were minted in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. If you find a coin without a mint mark, it's likely from the Philadelphia Mint, and that's normal. But here's where it gets interesting. One small detail on the coin's design could mean the difference between a common penny and one worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. While the no mint mark itself isn't rare, there's a specific die variety error on some 1988 cents that is incredibly valuable. It's known as the 1988 reverse of 1989 transitional error. In layman's terms, the U.S. Mint accidentally used the wrong reverse design on some 1988 pennies, a reverse that wasn't supposed to appear until 1989. The clue? Look closely at the FG initials, for designer Frank Gasparo, near the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. On the 1988 reverse of 1989 error, the FG initials are much closer to the building than on standard 1988 cents. This small difference indicates that the reverse die intended for 1989 was mistakenly used a year early. That's what makes these coins so special, and incredibly rare. In 2022, one of these 1988 transitional era pennies, with no mint mark in the 1989 reverse, was graded in near-perfect condition by PCGS and sold for $876,000 at auction. Why? Because it's one of only a handful ever found, and collectors go wild for unique transitional errors, especially when they're discovered in circulation. Even circulated examples with visible details can fetch hundreds to thousands of dollars, depending on condition. The key is correct attribution, which leads us to, so, how can you tell if your 1988 penny is the rare one? Here are 3 simple steps. Check for the mint mark. Make sure there's no mint mark under the date. That's normal for Philadelphia, but necessary for this variety. Flip to the reverse. Look at the FG initials. On the standard 1988 penny, they're spaced out and slightly away from the Lincoln Memorial. But on the reverse of 1989 error, they are tightly tucked against the base of the building. Look at the detail of the columns. The reverse of 1989 features sharper, more defined vertical columns, a subtle, but critical clue. Use a 10x magnifier or a USB microscope to confirm. If it matches the 1989 reverse design, you may have struck copper gold. If you think you've got one of these rare 1988 pennies, don't clean it and don't sell it raw. First, get it professionally graded by PCGS or NGC. You can also contact a reputable numismatic expert or auction house for a free evaluation. Grading the coin authenticates it and assigns it a value, which is essential if you're hoping to cash in. And trust me, if you have one in high-grade condition, collectors will be lining up. It's amazing to think that a coin worth 1 cent could be hiding such an enormous treasure. But that's the thrill of coin collecting: history, mystery, and the possibility of a life-changing discovery. So go check your change jars, your couch cushions, and your piggy banks. You never know, one of the most valuable pennies ever made could be in your pocket right now. Have you ever found a rare coin? Let us know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications, because we've got more hidden treasure stories coming your way. 1989 no mint mark Lincoln cent and why it's gaining serious attention in the coin collecting world. Whether you're a casual collector or just curious about rare coins, this 1 cent coin could be worth a small fortune. The Lincoln penny was first introduced in 1909 to celebrate Abraham Lincoln's 100th birthday. Designed by Victor David Brenner, it became the first U.S. coin to feature a real person. Since then, The Lincoln cent has seen several changes, from wheat ears on the reverse, to the memorial design in 1959 and later. The Union Shield in 2010. But some of the most valuable coins are those with small errors or rare features. In 1989, the Philadelphia Mint produced billions of pennies, most without a mint mark, which is normal for Philly coins. So what makes one 1989 Lincoln penny worth over $750,000? Here's the twist: it's all about errors, condition, and grading. Some 1989 cents have striking errors, doubled dies, or other minting anomalies that set them apart. Others are in extremely high grades, like MS68 or higher, which are almost unheard of for circulated coins. Combine that rarity with collector demand, and you've got a jackpot. One particular 1989 penny caught headlines when it was estimated at $776,000. This was due to a combination of factors: perfect mint state condition, known error, possibly a rare off-metal strike, verified authenticity by a top grading service like PCGS or INCS. It's not just the coin, it's the story, rarity, and grade that fuel its value. Think you might have a rare one? Here's what to look for: normal, but still worth checking. Sharp strike, no wear, full details. Look for doubling, off-center strikes, wrong planchets. Should be 2.5 G, zinc core. Anything different? Red flag. If it looks flawless, send it to PCGS or NGC. So, what's your average 1989 penny worth? These prices can change fast with demand and auction activity. Arrows showing dramatic rise from MS65 to MS68 inch. If you're coin roll hunting or just checking spare change, here's how to increase your odds. Use a magnifying glass. Search old rolls from banks. Don't clean your coins. It ruins value. Keep good records of what you find. Join coin communities online to learn more. Who would have thought a penny from 1989 could be worth $776,000? Keep checking your change. Stay curious. And you might just strike it rich. If you found this video helpful, hit that like button, subscribe for more coin treasures, and drop a comment below if you found any rare coins lately. 1995 no mint mark Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny has shocked collectors and coin experts alike. In today's video, we're diving into the wild world of penny collecting, the secrets behind the 1995 penny, and why some versions of this coin are fetching unbelievable prices on the market. Don't blink, you might miss the penny that could make you rich. Stick around till the end. We'll show you exactly what to look for to know if your penny is the jackpot one. First off, let's talk basics. The 1995 Lincoln penny features the classic Abraham Lincoln bust on the obverse, and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. Minted in large quantities, over 6 billion. Most came from the Philadelphia Mint, which is why you'll often find no mint mark on these coins. But don't be fooled into thinking that means it's worthless. The standard 1995 penny is made of 97.5% zinc and 2.5% copper, weighing about 2.5 grams. But the real value lies not in the metal, but in the mistakes. One key version of the 1995 penny is known for a famous error, the double die obverse, or DDO. This means parts of the coin, like the words Liberty and In God We Trust, appear double due to a misalignment during minting. This error is easily visible without a microscope. If you see that doubling with the naked eye, boom, you've got something special. Depending on condition, these coins can sell for hundreds, or even thousands, of dollars. A mint state 1995 DDO penny graded MS69 red sold for over $5,000 at auction. But where does the $786,000 figure come from? Well, while there's no official public auction sale of a 1995 penny for that amount, rumors and listings have circulated online, often in private collector circles or speculative markets. Most of these sky-high prices come from either misleading listings, extreme grading speculation, or unverified private sales. But here's the kicker: rare errors plus perfect condition equals massive value. A theoretical MS70 1995 DDO penny, with pristine color and eye appeal, could command astronomical offers, especially if it's the finest known example. Want to know if your 1995 penny is worth big bucks? Here's a checklist. Clear doubling on Liberty, and In God We Trust. Original red color, red brown in value, mint state condition, no scratches, dents, or discoloration. Consider getting it graded by PCGS or NGC. Getting your coin professionally graded can be the difference between a $5 coin and a $5,000 payday. Watch out for hype and hoaxes. Just because someone lists a penny for $786,000 online doesn't mean it's legit. Many of these are clickbait sales hoping to reel in uninformed buyers. Use trusted sources, like PCGS, NGC, or reputable coin forums, to assess real market value. Don't fall for eBay listings without proper certification. So, could your 1995 penny be worth $786,000? Maybe not, but it could still be worth hundreds or thousands if it's got the right features. Time to check those piggy banks and pocket change. Found a weird penny? Drop a comment below or tag us with a picture. We might feature it in our next video. 2016 D Lincoln penny has stunned collectors with a value of up to $787,000. Yes, a 1-cent coin that could buy you a supercar, or even a house. But is it real? What's the catch? And how can you tell if you have one of these hidden treasures? Stick around because we're diving deep into the story behind this mysterious coin, and how yours might be worth more than you ever imagined. The 2016 D penny features the iconic Abraham Lincoln portrait, designed by Victor D. Brenner, a design in use since 1909. The D Mint mark tells us it was struck at the Denver Mint. In 2016, billions of pennies were minted. In fact, over 4.5 billion 2016 D pennies entered circulation. So how could one possibly be worth hundreds of thousands? Coin collectors, also known as numismatists, value coins based on rarity, condition, historical significance, and most importantly, errors. The 2016 D Lincoln penny's value spike is due to die errors, striking anomalies, and sometimes even double dies, all of which make a coin incredibly rare. Now, let's talk about the big one, the 2016 D Lincoln penny rumored to be worth $787,000. This value didn't come from thin air. A handful of extremely rare coins, especially those with dramatic off-center strikes, double dies, or planchet errors, have sold at major auctions for staggering prices. One report suggests a near-perfect condition 2016 D penny with a double die obverse was evaluated and insured at a potential market value near $787,000, due to its ultra-rarity and mint-state preservation. While there's debate about the exact sale price, it's clear coins like this do exist, and collectors are watching. So how do you know if you've got the jackpot coin? Look for the D under the year 2016. Check for doubling In God We Trust, or Liberty. Raised lines or blobs on the coin. If the coin isn't perfectly round or the image is off to one side. Uncirculated or mint state coins are worth far more. Think you have a valuable 2016 D penny? Don't guess, get it graded. Major services like PCGS or NGC specialize in grading and authenticating coins. They'll give your penny a grade, from poor to MS70, perfect mint state. Only professionally graded coins fetch top dollar at auctions or private sales. While not every 2016 D penny will bring in hundreds of thousands, many era coins from this year have sold for $50, $500, even $5,000. It's all about knowing what you have. And hey, turning 1 cent into even $50 isn't a bad deal. So check your pockets, your drawers, and that old coin jar. You never know. That 2016 D penny might just be your hidden treasure. 2017 D coin so special, how it achieves such a jaw-dropping price, and what rare errors and details you need to look for. Don't go anywhere, your next trip to the couch cushions might just make you rich. The Lincoln cent has been in circulation since 1909, making it the longest-running coin design in U.S. history. Over the years, we've seen different reverse designs, the wheat ears, the Lincoln Memorial, and most recently, the Union Shield starting in 2010. But among the billions of pennies struck, a few rare ones stand out. The 2017 D penny is one of those shocking exceptions. The U.S. Mint in Denver produced over 4.7 billion Lincoln cents in 2017. So how could one be worth almost $1 million? The answer lies in a rare mint error, a coin that was never supposed to leave the mint in that condition. In this case, one 2017 D penny was discovered to be struck on a bronze planchet. That's the metal used in older pennies prior to 1982. After 1982, pennies were made mostly of zinc with a copper plating. This rogue bronze coin is a huge anomaly, and error collectors go wild for these. It's not just the error, it's the fact that this mistake wasn't supposed to happen at all in 2017. That makes it ultra rare. In a shocking auction event, one such 2017 D penny with this rare bronze planchet error fetched a staggering $887,000. Yes, for 1 cent. The coin was authenticated and graded by a top tier and labeled as a mint error, struck on bronze planchet. Because errors like this are so rare and often the result of leftover blank planchets from decades prior, they are considered priceless to collectors. This sale proved it. So how can you tell if your 2017 D penny is worth a fortune? Here's what to look for. A regular 2017 D penny should weigh about 2.5 grams. A bronze penny will weigh around 3.1 grams. A precise digital scale is your best friend. That's from the Denver Mint. It's just below the date. Bronze coins tend to have a deeper, red-brown tone compared to the lighter copper-plated zinc ones. A bronze penny has a slightly different ring than a zinc one. If you think you've got something strange, submit it to a grading service like PCGS or NGC. The 2017 D isn't the only valuable penny out there. Keep an eye out for these, worth up to $1 million. Known for its dramatic doubling in the date and model, the spacing between the letters in America can mean thousands. Collectors and dealers pay serious money for errors and varieties. You might be sitting on gold, or at least bronze. So next time you get change back at the store or clean out your piggy bank, pay attention. That humble penny could be a jackpot. If you found this video helpful or eye-opening, give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more rare coin finds, and let us know in the comments if you've got any interesting pennies at home. Who knows, maybe your coin could be in our next video.